Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about the highly anticipated new class on Diablo 2 Resurrected, the Warlock, and my initial takeaways from the start of my playthrough. I've got 6 notes that I've taken down. I've played through Act 1 and I've got to level 18. I played strictly on Players 8 just to test the power curve of the Warlock and see what's strong and what possibly might not be. These are the 6 things that I've found so far, and we'll find out some more as we go. Okay, number 1 is for a 1-point wonder, the Goatman on Players 8 could solo the entire camp of Corpse Fire in the Den of Evil. And I'm not just saying he has the damage to do it. I'm talking he tanks all 5 of them, including Corpse Fire, and his health does not move. In fact, in some moments he heals through it. This lasts probably 3 minutes. But, nevertheless, he gets the job done eventually. But that is a little bit crazy for a 1-point wonder to have a pseudo tank that also has Crushing Blow built into it. That's a great first point when you're looking at starting a ladder or even just having a bodyguard. Okay, for number 2, we have to talk about Ring of Fire. This skill seems absurdly overpowered. It deletes absolutely everything in the game. And it's a level 6 skill. This sort of skill you'd expect to see at maybe 18 or 24 or 30, but right from level 6 you get given an AoE that can absolutely demolish every monster, and I'm talking every monster, all the way up into Endario, and this is on Players 8. Now initially I thought that this skill was obviously very overpowered, okay, because it does a lot of damage, has incredible AoE clear, it has a knockback so you're safe from basically all melee enemies. But then I realized that as I started to level it up, you run into very obvious mana issues, okay? Maybe 1 or 2 casts and you're out of mana. If you think playing a sorceress was bad for mana management, this class has taken it to another level. So, in saying that, a side note is that it's actually worth putting some energy points, some points into energy to help fight that, because the class is naturally quite tanky. You can allow for a few level ups to go into energy to help with that mana for that early game. You do want to level Ring of Fire because it is a synergy for the very next fire skill, so it makes sense, and you can replace Ring of Fire with the level 18 skill. However, of course, if you run into fire immunes, you are basically just stuck waiting for your minions. Side note, use the Goatman, he will crush through them like it's no problems at all. I saw a Deathclaw here. That's a nice little reference to Fallout. And again, Griswold just gets absolutely obliterated. Everything falls over and nothing is really a challenge. And this is on Players 8. The only challenge is keeping my mana bar full. So yeah, definitely try out Ring of Fire. Possibly nerf incoming in the future, I don't know. But I could imagine with a Flickering Flame, Phoenix Shield, Hoto, Flickering Flame. Once you've got all of the in-game stuff, this build would absolutely rip through most content, I could imagine. So maybe a nerf in the future? Not sure, but that's definitely one to keep your eye on. Okay, number 3 is just a quick and simple one. Obviously, the caster builds don't have a whole lot of single target damage early on, so you need to build into that by possibly adding some summons. I tried this Endario kill here using just 2 Demon Goats and an Act 2 Merc, and you could tell once I get on Endario, using the Teleport Minions skill, the single target damage does obviously go up quite a lot. However, you are sacrificing having the AoE from Ring of Fire and the fire spells. So it is a fine balance, a balancing act, choosing your build, knowing you could have full AoE or full single target, or also trying to find a mix of both. And I think that's the interesting part of the Warlock. Yeah, just don't forget that. Single target damage is a little low if you're going for the full fire, until obviously you get to late game, but I'm just talking early game, Act 1, Players 8. And for number 4, coming off the back of the last topic, this one might seem a little controversial, and I know that it's only early game and I'm only level 18, but I can already see the Warlock's power curve. It will be very strong early game and be very strong mid game. Then I think it will hit a small plateau in some later game content until you find some very good gear. Once you've got the Flickering Flame and the Phoenix Shield and stuff, then all of a sudden the power curve will even out, and that will bring the Warlock up to a very competitive sort of in-game option that might be able to rival the Sorceress or the Hammerden or something like that. But I think there will be that slight dip before you get to that super strong point. So just don't be disheartened if you do hit that point and feel a little weaker than usual. And number 5, my second to last tip, is that the Warlock, you can see here, starts with very high vitality. It's a lot similar to the Barbarian. So people think that casters are generally quite squishy, and usually they are, but the Warlock is a bit different. They have quite a high health pool, which allows you to sacrifice some certain stats for more mana. Alright boys, and for my sixth and final point, or slash opinion, is that it's a very fun playstyle. The Warlock has got a unique design, and I think Blizzard have really hit a home run designing a class that can be either melee, or a caster, or a summoner, or a mix of all three, or a mix of two. They've done a really good job creating a new idea in a game that's 25 years old. You know, Diablo has been a crowd favorite for a long time, and it would be quite hard to come up with something new. And I think they've really hit the nail on the head, and I'm very excited to see what comes out in the future in terms of what builds people come up with, things they figure out, just stuff like that. So yeah, it's quite cool having a little Diablo clone as a playable character, raining destruction on hell, if you would. It's badass. I'm loving it. So thank you, Blizzard. I will continue my playthrough, and I'll make another video in the future as I progress, so I can test a bit more. I might change my opinion on a few things. And I definitely want to test some ladder starter builds, because I know Season 13 starts in a week. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to hang out in the future as I put more videos out. Let me know what your thoughts are of the Warlock class. Is it underwhelming? Is it amazing? Let me know your thoughts, because as a community, I like to hear feedback. But for now, go and slay some demons and find some loot, my boy. Peace!